welcome, Malik. Put the camera back. Thank you there. Yeah, thank you. Don't be William again. Anyways, we're back finally. Episode 3, season 2 of the film room. I'm here with Perry and Malik. Guys, what's up? How we doing?
Guys doing? How you guys doing?
Doing good, doing good.
So originally, I planned to have the special guest Shahad Goofy on here, but he backed out because the Golden Globes tonight. That's a that's a really good excuse. I'm not mad at him. Hopefully, in the future, he'll be on. But guys, we have just three simple topics to talk about. The first one being, so you guys know in the past we've had a live action Lilo and Stitch movie, which I thought wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it was okay. And now we have an upcoming live action Moana movie coming out, which I hope is good. I don't know why they keep doing these live action ones. And now we have a future Tangled live action movie coming up, starring Tegan Croft and and Milo Manheim. Who, let me just share my screen real quick to show you what I'm talking about right here, guys. I don't know about you, but I did not watch Disney recently, so I have no idea who Milo Manheim is. But he's an in-house actor. He played in Disney's Zombies, and Tegan Croft played from the CW's Titans series. So I know some of her work, and now I know some of Milo Manheim's work. But Milo Manheim, he's our official live action film writer, and Tegan Croft is our live action Rapunzel. Guys, let me know your thoughts on us getting, first of all, live action Tangled, and your thoughts on this casting in general. Perry, we'll start with you.
Well, I'll reiterate what you kind of just said. Why are we making this? I've said this about every single live action remake, and I'll continue to say it. These don't need to be made. They're cash grabs, and it is damaging the image of animation as a whole. As for the castings, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never heard of either one of them, so I
I don't
can't
blame you.
really critique them. But I just already like the Moana movie, like this movie, like the How to Train Your Dragon movie, like Lilo and Stitch, and so on. I don't care about these movies. I think they shouldn't be made, and that animation is always the superior version of any of these stories.
All right, Malik, how about you?
I'll be honest. I'm kind of on the opposite side of the stick. Where he was saying. Um, if I'm being honest, like it's probably pretty seems like a solid casting, in my opinion. Um, I've seen Tegan Croft, and I'm not really too familiar with the actor and
Hmm.
actress's name. So when you mentioned that she was in Titans, I had to like look it up, and now I
Yeah.
know like who that is. Like we were talking about, she plays Raven in the
Hmm.
Titans series, and I haven't personally seen. His name is Milo, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really seen. I've never seen Zombies. I haven't really seen anything that he's in.
Hmm.
But I've heard like good things about it, and
Hmm.
everybody's seeming like it seems pretty good to me. Like if the casting is solid, and I'm kind of interested to see like how they're doing live action. Tangled.
Right.
It's seeming like it's kind of like a trend going on, where a lot of the cartoon or animated movies are getting a live action movie, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm genuinely curious to see. Not a lot of them. There's some of them who maybe they could have done a better
Hmm.
job, but then there's movies like How to Train Your Dragon, which I think they do a pretty good job at. Um, Lilo and Stitch, I heard it was amazing. I haven't seen it yet, but I
I
heard it
heard
was amazing.
I heard apparently they changed the ending from the.
I'll give you a spoiler alert for Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, no spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers, no
All right.
spoilers. I gotta rewatch the OG Lilo and Stitch first, and then
Yeah.
like, cause I don't remember anything about it.
Oh my god.
So I just remember it was like an alien dog from space. That's it. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of. curious to see how I gotta rewatch Tangled itself because I don't remember the movie that much, you know.
I'll say this: the
Yeah,
original Tangled, the animated movie, bangs. It's a great movie.
it is. So I hope this is one of the better live action ones because I don't remember any other previous ones before Lilo and Stitch. Am I wrong? Is there was there other live action one?
Mulan, Aladdin,
Well,
Lion
Aladdin was the
King,
best one, I think. But
A lot. I've never
but
seen it.
Mufasa,
but
Cinderella.
Will Smith as the genie was not the right casting.
Will Smith was the
That's
best part of that mediocre movie.
mediocre movie. Wow. Okay. Opinions. But I want to share some details on this live action Tangled film that I already posted in my video. But for those listening here, of course, you already know that Tegan Croft and Milo Manheim are our new Disney couple in the Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. We have Michael Gracie, who directed The Greatest Showman, one of my favorite musical movies of all time. He's directing this one, so I have high hopes now for that. Jennifer Caton Robinson, who wrote the script for Thor: Love and Thunder, which is a bit of a negative, which is something I don't like to hear. She wrote the script for that movie. Now she's writing a script for this one, so that's doesn't sound too good because that movie wasn't that good either. And Kristen Burr, who produced Christopher Robin and Cruella. Cruella was actually a pretty good movie with Emma Stone. She's directing or producing this movie. So hearing who's directing this and producing it gives me high hopes, but hearing who's writing the script gives me a little bit lower hopes. So this one looks like it might have like a good 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Hopefully it's better, but that's what I know as far as right now for details. And again, I hope this is good because, like you said, Perry, I hope these aren't just cash grabs. I hope they actually have. I hope this is actually good because I originally thought the live action version would be much older. Like I thought
But
the Flynn Rider. What?
sorry, can finish your thought. Finish your thought.
Because the Flynn Rider in the cartoon is looks like more of an adult, and the Rapunzel looks more of like a young adult, like a
Well,
cartoon version.
Rapunzel's 18 in the movie.
Okay, there's that. And how old do we think Flynn Rider is in the cartoon
He's in
version?
his like 20s.
Right. So this live action Flynn Rider looks like he's like in his teens, and I originally thought that the same actor who played Shazam, I forgot his name, I thought he was gonna be in the running for this until I realized they're going for more younger.
Well, he's
But
too old now.
he is now too old, yes, which is why I guess they went younger. But I have to admit, Milo Manheim looks the part, but I thought they were going for more older, like the cartoon. He looks older than her, which would look weirder in live action, I suppose now.
I remember a few
Yeah.
years ago.
Sorry.
Hmm?
Oh no, I was saying I remember a few years ago. What's his name? It was a guy. He was in a boy band. I think it was One Direction. Zayn. People were
Hmm.
saying that they wanted to see him as Flynn
Oh
Rider in
no. Oh
COVID.
no. I can't see
No,
that. I
I
cannot
think it
see.
was actually pretty solid. Like,
Oh no.
I,
I
Maybe
mean,
when he had the hair, but he doesn't.
no,
He
from
doesn't
like
do
10 years
that
ago though. This was
anymore.
like
Yeah.
years ago.
Can
I
you give me one reason why you want this movie to be made, or just any live action remake to be made? Why can't? What's wrong with the animated version?
okay, seeing this, I kind of see the vision. I see the vision, and he has even the beard looks quite similar. But I can see it now, even though the cartoon looks older. I can see them making it work. Again, I just hope it's good. I hope it's not like Lilo and Stitch or I'm trying to
Or
figure out
any of
what's
the other ones?
I guess. But listen, Tangled was one of the good or better animated movies for Disney. So I hope this is just as good in live action as
All right,
Mulan.
but
Mulan was a pretty good one.
let's say you have kids one day, right? And they tell you
Mhm.
or they ask you, "Can we watch Tangled?" What version are you going to show them?
Well, I
I
gotta
would
watch
hope
this
the
one first to
animated
see.
one.
I mean, I gotta watch this version first to find out which one. But right now,
Well, okay,
without
what
seeing this,
can you say like Aladdin versus animated, The Lion King animated versus live action? What would you
okay,
say?
I would always show them the cartoon versions of their movies, always,
There you
because
go.
that's the best version of Disney.
There you go. My point exactly.
I just hope this one, even if this is a good movie, I'm still showing just the cartoon version because Disney, even kids now, think of Disney as cartoon. They don't think of Disney as live action, nothing like that. So again, Disney's animation, Disney's magic, and they even market Disney as cartoons, as all this fun stuff for kids. So I'm always gonna show them cartoon versions of everything. Lilo and Stitch, Lion King, Tangled, Aladdin, Mulan. I'm always gonna show them cartoon versions unless they ask for the live action version, which I hope they don't. But this is Disney, and they're known for animation. That's why I'm only showing them animation. I don't know
So that
about you, Malika Perry, but unless they
that
ask for this, I'm not showing them this unless I think it's good.
so that leaves me to just ask why? Why make it? What's the purpose?
Like you said, cash grab. It's a cash grab, and they're trying to just maybe they running out of ideas, and they're
Maybe
trying to see where this could go. But again, this was the discussion for a while, and it just been announced this week about the
look,
cast.
look, Lilo and Stitch made $1 billion. This is probably going to make a lot of money. That's the reason. That's the only reason.
And how much do we think live action Moana will make?
Probably a lot. And that was made 10 years ago.
The first one, at least.
Yeah. That's
And the
not
second
even
one
long.
came out last year, 2 years ago. The second one, they took their time to make the sequel, and I'm surprised it only took them a year or two for the live action one to come out. Like, that was pretty fast, which I'm scared. But just seeing the live action trailer of Moana, seeing the main girl, and knowing who voiced the animation character, that right there worries me. And so now I'm more worried to see how The Rock looks in live action in this movie. So I hope this one is as good as Lilo and Stitch, or I hope this is one of the better films for Disney. But again, I don't see why they have to make this. Just stick to cartoon and no, we never got Buzz Lightyear live action, did we? No, we got a Buzz Lightyear solo film, but not live action. So again, I
That would
hope
kind of need to see. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not requesting it, but I feel like I would genuinely be curious to see how they do that.
A live action Buzz Lightyear.
A live action
Who do
Toy
you
Story.
think? Who do you think would be cast as Buzz Lightyear in live action? The actor who plays
I
him?
don't know.
You
God,
can't even do a live action version. It's a toy.
Exactly. Which is, I mean, again, Toy Story 5. Why?
I
It
would
should have ended
say
at 3.
there are some movies where like I genuinely do like the live action adaptations that they do because I'm really like all for like the CGI.
All
Like
right,
I just love how they bring it to like real life. But then there are like a few movies that I would say they should kind of just leave alone.
Like this.
all right. They made a live action Lion King, right?
Fun with this.
None of those
Yeah.
lions were real.
Wait,
not
Just
live
live
said,
action. Wait, you gotta repeat what you said.
Wait, they weren't real?
They made a live action Lion King. Yes, none of those lions were real. It was
Yeah, I
all
know.
fake. So
Yeah, I
why?
know. That's what I was
Wait,
saying.
they
Like
weren't
it's
real?
cool to see. Like in my opinion, it's pretty cool to see. You know what I mean? Like I like seeing
But
how they bring
yeah.
it live action. For example, Sonic. Like just not even just with Disney itself. Like How to Train Your Dragon, I truly think was amazing. Like how they did it for live action. I
Yeah.
genuinely enjoyed Lion King, like how they did it. Um,
Listen, I had a problem with the casting though. With
I
the
will
How to Train
say,
Your
I
Dragon.
will no, yeah, I will say this though. Certain movies, like I will say, like for example, Princess and the Frog, they should probably just leave that alone as like a
Oh,
anime.
dude,
They
I
should
want to
probably
see a
before
just
live
leave that.
action frog. I'm sorry.
dude, I guarantee you, before we go underground, we're gonna have every single animation from Disney in live action. I guarantee it.
But why?
I don't, like you said, cash grab. Just to try to milk it
You want to do
I
a
will say
live
this
action
though.
remake? Make a Treasure Planet remake.
ooh,
I gotta
that
go
one
watch
I'm
Treasure.
looking for.
I gotta.
That
I
one? No,
will
wait,
say this though.
we
I
have
would
one though.
love.
Uncharted, the same thing.
Nah, they
No,
kind
they
of
didn't show the
sold on Uncharted.
space
I'm not gonna lie.
launcher.
They kind of
But
sold because Mark Wahlberg should have been the main character instead of it being Tom
That's
Holland.
another live action remake. Why?
But
It's not a remake, it's a video game, but why?
yeah, I
but
don't know.
I was gonna say I would love to see a Brave live action. Like I feel like that would go hard.
Oh damn, yeah, that's for sure.
Why?
But anyways,
It would be
guys.
cool.
But anyways, guys, we're getting a little sidetracked here a little bit. But any last thoughts on news about us finally hearing the casting? Oh, by the way, I have to also mention, I forgot to mention, one of the fan casts on the internet came true. We finally have Catherine Hahn from WandaVision and Marvel. She's playing the mother, Rapunzel. That's the one casting I'm actually proud of. Any thoughts on that one casting in the movie? Catherine Hahn
Isn't
as Mother Gothel.
isn't she a little old for Mother Gothel?
No, no, look her up. Catherine Hahn as Mother Gothel. Mother Gothel looks like one of the best castings in Disney.
But Mother
Like,
Gothel's supposed to look like she's in her 20s. She's stealing the youth
no,
of Rapunzel.
no, no.
That's literally
Dude,
the whole purpose of her
She,
character.
well, tell that to the fans who all wanted her to be Catherine as Mother Gothel because everyone, all the
Mother
fans
Mother
wanted that.
Gothel, I'd say looks like she's more in her like late 30s, if anything.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's Catherine Hahn in
Yeah.
real life, maybe like in her 40s.
Can you pull her up, Jeremy?
Yeah, let me do it right now. But
Mother Gothel as well as the actress, if you could.
look at this. Yes, I mean I see it. This
Yeah,
is one that
that's pretty
I see
solid.
it. Perry, I don't know about you, but this is one of the best castings in a live action movie, I think.
Is
Not a
it?
lot of women in
I
their
mean, yeah.
20s who true Mother Gothel.
No,
You
the
pick
fact that this
Mother Gothel.
what was that?
Anybody could in their 20s could do it. I mean,
Nah, but listen, Catherine Honda was a fan cast. Everyone wanted her to play that, and
I'm
you can
not.
see
I'm
why.
not. I'm not discrediting Catherine Hahn. I like Catherine Hahn. I'm
All
just
right, well,
saying.
that's right. Well, that's the other
How old is
announcement.
Catherine Hahn? How can you look that up?
Yeah, real quick. Catherine Hahn age. Catherine Hahn.
She's
Age, I spelled her name
52.
wrong, but
52. She's stealing the
52.
youth of an 18-year-old, and she's 52. And
Nah,
you say that she should be in her 30s? Come on.
no,
Listen,
like
listen. She's a fan cast. She's been fan casted for a reason, and the fans got what they wanted, and maybe that will help the money.
Sabrina
box
Carpenter
office.
was also fan casted. I would have liked to see her
For who? For who?
for Rapunzel.
No. I think Rapunzel. No, this is pretty. Listen, if this is going younger, this to me looks like they did a good job, in my opinion. But Malik Perry, any last thoughts on our new live action film writer and Rapunzel before we move on to the next topic? Take that as a no. All right, so we just spoke about Disney. Now it's finally time to switch to a whole different franchise. A franchise that I thought did much better last year than Marvel, DC. And whether or not Batman Part 2 is in the DCU or not, I know it's in the Matt Reeves universe, that's for sure. But guys, we finally got a casting for a character in Batman Part 2 in Sebastian Stan, who was going from Marvel to DC, same as actually Scarlett Johansson. But our Bucky and Black Widow are going from Marvel to the DC, and now Sebastian Stan was heavily rumored to play Two-Face, but now it looks like he is playing the Two-Face character in Batman Part 2. So now we have technically Bucky Barnes and Black Widow as a married couple in Batman Part 2. Because Scarlett Johansson is playing heavily rumored, but I think she's playing Gilda Gold, who is the wife of Two-Face. So what do you guys think of Sebastian Stan and Scarlett Johansson both moving from Marvel to DC and playing a role in Batman Part 2? Perry, we'll start with you.
I like Sebastian Stan a lot, and I like Scarlett Johansson as well. I'm excited for the Batman Part Two whenever it decides to come out. I trust Matt Reeves with his little universe and with his Batman films. My only thing, I kind of don't want Two Face in this next movie. I feel like that would be very much reminiscent of The Dark Knight because
Hmm.
Two Face was in The Dark Knight, the second movie of that trilogy.
Right, right, right.
Um, if they like tease it for like the third one and they go further into the corruption of Gotham and stuff like that, I have no problems with that. I would still like to see a new uh, main villain other than Two Face for this movie. But as for the casting, I like Sebastian Stan. I think he could play this role very well. Same goes with Scarlett Johansson having her in the
Mm-hmm.
movie. So I am excited for that. I just hope that there's something else lying
Right.
underway.
I mean, there was a list of all the different roles that he could play in the DC in Batman Part Two, and all the roles were all like villains. None of them were like protagonists. They're all antagonists. But looking at this picture here, he looks really good as Two Face. I'm not gonna lie to you. He looks really good, and he played a similar, not a similar character, but he played um, a similar role in Marvel. We saw him in Suits. We saw him post, the MCU that we love. We saw him in Captain America, Thunderbolts. He had the same role in those movies as I think he might have in Batman Part Two, but only this time we don't know if he's gonna have his face or Two Face in Batman Part Two because obviously he was a normal human. He got acid thrown in his face during like a mob trial, and then or during like something happened with acid on his face, and that burned half his face down. And I just hope they maybe show that incident, or I'm not sure if they're gonna just show the movie with his normal face, or from beginning to the end like this. But Malik, how about you? What do you think about this casting?
I'll be honest, it kind of breaks my heart having Sebastian Stan come in, and it's not maybe not for the reasons that you think. It's morally because like now I don't see Bucky surviving Doomsday. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Like that's where my mind. That's where it takes my mind. Like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, what does it mean for the MCU? But but also like I think it's pretty good casting if I'm being honest. Although um I don't think that he's gonna pop up as we might not even see Two Face at all, like in the Batman 2. Like I truly think that he might just have the strictly Harvey Dent role. And then
Mm.
maybe like towards the end, if not the third movie, then we'll probably see Two Face. Like that's kind of where I have a feeling that's gonna happen. I don't know yet. Um, but also like Gilda Dent, like yeah, you know what I mean. So that's it could be like he shows up as Two Face or not.
I mean, listen. Here's more proof that he might not even. He might have a small role in Doomsday, or he might not make it through Doomsday. But it says here that the DC Studios pick is set to start production in the spring and will open in theaters October 1st next year. And I believe that Secret Wars starts filming sometime this year as well. So if I mean, if he's gonna be appearing in Batman Part Two, Batman Part Two films around the same time as Secret Wars. So that tells you right there more proof that he might not make it in Doomsday. Even though he is a super soldier, looking really at what's gonna be around him in Doomsday, the what's at stake with Doom and his surroundings. I don't see a super soldier, still like U.S. agent. I don't see, played by Wyatt Russell. I don't see any super soldiers making it through Doomsday just because of what they're facing in the surroundings. But who knows who's making it through? Obviously, we don't. But this here might be proof that Bucky is one of those characters who might not make it to Doomsday or might have a small role. He has just he has availability for Batman Part Two. Who knows? But you're right, Malik. This might not be good news for his character in Doomsday at all, which is what I'm scared of. But any this topic actually kind of went by faster than I expected. But so Perry, any last thoughts on Special Stan switching universes, basically going from Marvel to DC as confirmed Two Face, which I'm actually happy about because we have Special Stan and Robert Pattinson, Barry Keegan's Joker, Colin Farrell, I think maybe all in the same movie with Scarlett Johansson. This looks like it's gonna be a stacked cast, which is something I'm actually looking forward to. Because that Batman Part One, there are some moments where, to me, it was a bit of a snooze fest during some parts of it because of how dark it was. So having these new characters in Batman Part Two does get my attention a lot more.
No, I don't have a problem with him switching to DC from Marvel. I think that's cool. Um, I hope that he plays more of the Harvey Dent role in
Mm-hmm.
this corrupt Gotham, because that seems to be like the main theme of Matt Reeves' Gotham is just the corruption of it. So if you
Yeah.
have a figurehead like Harvey Dent in there, I think that would be a really cool pawn to use. Um, so I would, if you want to tease Two Face for the sequel or for a later project, I don't have a problem with that. But I hope that there's a different
Mm-hmm.
primary villain for the film. I like the casting. I think he's cool. Shout out to Aaron Eckhart though in Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm.
He still did a fantastic job playing Two Face.
But, but listen, here are the possible. Before we knew about Two Face, here were the other options that we could have had: Hush, the Court of Owls, what's his name? Not Freeze Face.
Mr.
You know,
Freeze.
yeah, Mr. Freeze, Mr. Freeze. Um, Obviously there was maybe Joker, but I think now he might just be a side character. It looks like Clayface, which is coming out this year in September. So we had many more options, but it's just funny to me how none of the options for the villains, for at least Special Stan, were none of the roles were protagonists. They're all antagonists, and I guess they watched him in Captain America, they watched him in Thunderbolts, and they watched him as that politician character, and they just thought he would be the best pick because he does have, I guess, that the features, seeing him in a suit. So I kind of hope we see him turning into Two Face and not just Two Face from beginning to the end. I want to see that transformation. I want to see that story, his story, and I want to see what his overall story for Batman too will even be because I have no idea what the plot is going to be at all.
Well, yeah, they
That's
they
me.
can they can still explore those other villains. It doesn't have to just be Two Face. But as for Sebastian Stan, I the times when I found him to be the most interesting in the MCU was when he was the villain, when he was the
Right,
Winter Soldier,
right.
when he was battling that dark side of him,
Mm-hmm.
not really so much the Bucky Barnes version. And
Mm-hmm.
if you want to go even further into his filmography, uh, look at this film called Fresh, where he
Okay.
plays like this charming guy that you think is cool, but he actually eats people. He's a cannibal.
Interesting.
So so he definitely can show that charming side with the underlying dark. I think that's when he's at his most interesting, which is why I think it's a good cast.
Okay. Malik, any last thoughts on Special Stan being in DC alongside our Black Widow and Scarlett Johansson? Because now they're both playing a married couple. That's their roles.
Yeah, I think it's a good move, honestly. Going to DC. I kind of hope. That's probably just be wishful thinking. I was gonna say I kind of hope we could see a lot of Marvel actors transition over to DC because
Mm-hmm.
not just for um actors, like directors included, because
Mhm.
like DC in general has such a great storyline. Like they have so many great storylines and so many avenues that they could take. And Warner Brothers just didn't know how to write a movie like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, listen,
Like,
now with James Gunn running DC, we can definitely expect some characters from Marvel to have roles in DC for sure because he's had characters. I forgot exactly who. His brother, first of all, he has a character. He has a role in Guardians of the Galaxy, and we saw him in Peacemaker. We saw him, I believe, maybe I'm wrong, in Superman, but definitely in Peacemaker for sure. Sean Gunn. So, but that, of course, that's his sibling. We saw his wife. I forget her real name, but she played um, also in Guardians of the Galaxy, actually, and she plays in Peacemaker, which we all know. So I definitely expect James Gunn to bring some Marvel people into DC as long as they fit the roles. So definitely expect that. But that's also maybe a slightly of a bad thing because if he does that, give more chances to newer actors, children, adults. I want to see fresh faces in the DCU and Marvel. But if it's James Gunn running it, and we know how much we know how his relationship is with characters from Marvel after being there, the, I'm afraid that we might be seeing more of those Marvel characters go to DC rather than new and fresh faces that will get me seated in theaters to watch the DC movies because we're just watching them again from one universe to another. But that's me. I prefer fresh faces, but that's the James Gunn way, unfortunately.
speaking of fresh faces, um, you know what I would love to see, and I think who would do a really good job at this as far as the director,
Mm.
or co-director, whatever you want to call it. What's the name of the director who directed Black Panther? His name is Ryan Coogler, correct?
Someone who
You
made
know what?
Sinners. Yeah.
I think he would do a really good job for a Static Shock movie.
Oh, damn.
I think he would do
I,
a really.
I,
I think he would
I
cook with
didn't
that.
think of that. I
I
didn't think of
genuinely
that.
think he would cook with
Or
that.
either him, or unfortunately, this movie was canceled just recently announced by Jeff Snyder. I wanted to have Sidney Coogler make a Blade movie.
Yeah.
A
No,
You
Blade
kind of
I
got
movie.
would-
that with Sinners, though.
What?
You kind of got that with Sinners, vampires.
We did, but it
But
wasn't
yeah,
Blade. You know, him or the one who, oh my god, either him or Jordan Peele would have been great for Blade directors. 100%. Because Blade's a dark
they
character.
could take Blade over the not Blade. They could take Jordan Peele over to DC.
Yeah,
Low key.
yeah,
They could
yeah.
take him over because they have Jordan Peele could literally direct his name. He works with Zatanna in the DC
Mm,
comics.
mm-hmm,
Magician.
yeah.
Constantine. He could make a John Constantine movie.
Dude, with Keanu Reeves
Jordan
playing
Peele.
Constantine, with Keanu Reeves coming back for the character.
Honestly, I don't want to see Keanu Reeves as John Constantine. I'd rather somebody.
You know, there was the other actor, I think from Supernatural on CW, who played Constantine. I forgot his
Yeah,
real name.
the CW. He did a pretty solid Constantine, the one from
Yeah,
Arrow.
yeah, that too. But anyways, Perry Malik, any last thoughts on Sebastian Stan and Scarlett Johansson, both MCU characters, going now to DC and Batman Part 2? Before we move on?
no.
No.
All right, so now we went from Disney, Marvel, and now let's go to, I believe I might be wrong, but I think it's Lionsgate who made this movie. Let me just make sure. No, Amazon MGM Studios, my bad. Let me just change my screen. Because while we are going from um Disney to DC, and we did talk about Marvel. Let's go back to Marvel real quick because we know three actors from Marvel who are now playing in the same movie together for Amazon MGM Studios. I'm gonna show my screen to you because it's actually pretty cool. We have here Mark Ruffalo, our Hulk, Halle Berry, My Storm from X-Men, and Chris Hemsworth, our Thor, alongside Barry Keoghan, who's DC's Joker. I think it's DC's Joker. I may be wrong.
He was in Eternals too.
There you go. Eternals 2. They're all in a movie together called Crime 101 by Amazon MGM Studios. And I don't know about you guys, but this reminds me heavily of those that Now You See Me movies, but without magic. So, Perry, we'll start with you again first. If you saw this trailer, what do you think about this trailer, Crime 101? And give me your thoughts on how you think it's gonna, like, what's your hype level for Crime 101?
I think it reminds me a lot of Chris Hemsworth's Extraction movies.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Uh, I mean, it's cool. I feel like I saw the whole movie in the trailer, but uh, I think it looks fine. Will I go out to see it? Probably not. If I may see it on streaming, uh, but it looks like a fun action thriller.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of A-list actors
Mm-hmm.
in there. Chris Hemsworth coming off of Furiosa, which I think is his best role that he's
Really?
done.
That's
But um, I mean, it looks fun. I'm not super psyched for it. Like I said, I feel like they showed a lot in the trailer, and it's been done before, but it's
I
cool.
mean, yeah, I mean, this is your usual heist crime thriller, and I'm a sucker for those. And again, Mark Ruffalo, I think, has the same role he does here, and Now You See Me movies, he has the same role. It looks like, but I'm just looking forward to seeing the dynamic between these Marvel actors who worked not together, but maybe in Doomsday they work together. Who knows if Halle Berry is even in it as Storm? But seeing them together with the same history, with the same company, but now for whole different roles, looks very interesting. And yeah, Malik, how about you? What are your thoughts on this?
honestly, I'm excited for the movie. Um, I truly think this will probably be like the best movie like for the month of February. Um, and it kind of gives me that not just for Now You See Me, but also Ocean's 11. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
Kind of
yes,
get
yes,
that
yes.
vibe. Also, I'm really excited for the movie. Um, no, no, I'm also there for the action as well. I truly think Chris Hemsworth is gonna like play that play that nice role of a heist of a bank rob, like whatever they were stealing. I didn't
Hmm.
really. I try not to take too much into trailers because I don't want it to take
Right.
much away from the movie. I do think, like Perry said, there are some movies that kind of give too much in the trailers. I truly think the best kind
Yeah.
of movies are like you're going into it blind. Like for
Yo.
example, Nope.
Yeah.
Like remember when Nope was coming out? It's like no
Yeah.
one knew what the movie was gonna be about. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I'd rather keep it that minimalistic thing.
Ooh, I have to mention, there's also one actress who's in this who is not for some reason shown in the trailers. Her name is her name is Annika Barbaro, who I believe is in Top Gun and A Complete Unknown. I'm sure that's her. I'm not sure why they don't show her at all in the trailer because she's one of my favorite actresses now. And also, I just love her as an actress. I love her work. I love just her in general. But I'm not sure why they don't show her in the trailers because that's a big marketing also. And this movie, I just found the details of it. It follows a thief that follows a specific code while performing jewelry heists across the Pacific Coast Highway. So it's a very small summary for a very long trailer, I think. And we've had issues like this before. Anaconda showed too much. Scream 7 shows too much. And that's the problem with these trailers, because the more you see, the more you know what it is about. And that's not what you want in a trailer. You want these previews to get you hyped. And you want this previews to, you know, make you not know what's gonna happen, what it's about. You just want a fun trailer. And the same thing like with Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, those trailers, those teasers. After 4 teasers, we have no idea what this movie is about, nothing. And that's the best part. I mean, we're seeing some awesome shots here and there, awesome components in these teasers that get you hyped up without knowing what it's about, and that's what I fear that they're doing here. they're showing us maybe a little bit too much, and that's getting our hype, our excitement down to like a low level. But I have to admit, when they showed us a trailer for this Project Hail Mary, Amazon MGM Studios last year at CinemaCon, they gave us their slate, and they had one of the best slates for this year. Amazon, they're cooking, and this is one of the more, not more better, but this is one of the movies I'm looking forward to watching a lot. But Project Hail Mary, that's coming out in March by Amazon MGM Studios, that looks like the best movie for Amazon this year, in my opinion. This looks like, Perry, like you said, a fun watch at home movie with the family night. But you know me, I gotta watch it in theaters first to see if it's worth watching at home again. But this might be just your average crime thriller that might not be rewatchable in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, any last thoughts you guys say real quick depending on who's in this movie, or maybe what you're looking forward to watching the most in this, or what you're looking to come out of this movie.
Uh,
Malik, how
um,
about you?
yeah.
What?
Uh, I like I said, it looks fine. I'll probably check it out on streaming if it's available, but I'm not rushing to see it.
Mm. Malik, how about you? Any last thoughts? And you look,
I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to watch it.
yeah. And again, like I said, I'm looking forward to watching the most. Sorry, the whole dynamic between all these former and current Marvel characters. Because Thor, Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo, they work together right now in Doomsday, and seeing, I want to see how they work together, the dynamic in this movie, because it's different. It's not Marvel, and that's really the main thing I'm looking forward to watching. Again, the dynamic, and we've seen Perry, like you said, we've seen Chris Hemsworth in other movies other than Marvel, like his best known work, Extraction. He was amazing in those movies. They're making a third one also. Halle Berry, I'm not familiar with all of her works, but Barry Keegan's Joker, again, different different kind of movie, different kind of story. I'm looking forward to watching this for sure. This is one of the top movies for February, the day before Valentine's Day, which is very interesting. But yeah, I mean, if no one has any more thoughts, that's, I guess, the last topic for today. Any last thoughts on any of the topics we've had today between Sebastian Stan, Tangled, and Crime 101, guys? Any last words?
No,
Um, yeah, I'm really most excited for like when did Crime 101, when did you say that comes out, on the 12th?
Next month, the 13th.
Okay. Did they ever drop like a slate? Did you ever have like a slate for the movies for the month of February?
I do that normally on the first of each month just to give my top five. But if you want, you can always look up. There's always the website that I use to look up movies for each month.
I know.
Complex.
I know. In February, there's Scream 7
Hmm.
and Wuthering Heights are supposed to be big.
Yeah, that's yeah, Wuthering Heights with what's his name? What's his name? Oh
Jacob
my,
Elordi and Margot
yes,
Robbie.
yes, yes. Thank you. That one looks like a movie I watch at home. Scream Seven, a movie I watch at home. The only movie I would see in theaters
There's
is
also
Crime One.
How to Make a Killing with Glenn
Gonna
Powell.
Pal, that looks good. That looks good. That'll be in my top five for sure for next month. But guys, any last thoughts on these three topics?
No, that's it.
I'm
All right.
also
Yeah,
seeing February. There's a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, but
that might have been delayed. I
Really?
think
maybe it might have been delayed.
that one might have been delayed. But anyways,
Is
guys,
it like a live action or like a animated?
The from the last animated one, I forgot what it was called.
TMNT Mutant Mayhem.
That one,
There's
yeah.
been there's been so many live there's been so many adaptations of the movie, live and animation.
Listen, one of
They,
these movies.
they
Listen.
Batman.
All
No, go
right,
ahead.
guys. Well, with that said, we've gone through three topics. We had time for one more, but It was last minute. I couldn't think of a fourth one. I'm sure we'll have a much bigger crowd, and maybe my special guest will join the next pod. That will have to be on his availability. But anyways, this has been episode 3, season 2 of the Film Room. We got Perry, Malik. Thanks for joining, guys. Happy Sunday, and stay tuned, guys, for episode 4 sometime in the near future. Guys, have a great
Happy
day and
Sunday.
peace
Take
out.
care.
Have a good one.